Hi, I'm Nina. Welcome to Nina in the Kitchen, where today we are doing a very hearty wheat pasta with kale and beans, and it's a delicious dish, especially in the wintertime, so I just thought I would show it to you. What we have for ingredients are, I have some bacon. That's 4 pieces of bacon. Doesn't matter if it's thick or thin. You can use sausage. That would be a nice substitute, but I thought pretty much everyone has bacon in their house. You can use sausage. You can use pancetta, which would be more authentic. Pancetta is a bacon. It's an Italian bacon. It's not smoked, but it is cured. We have, this is 1 cup of onion. I also have some olives. Now these olives that I'm using are a mixture of the California olives that we all know and love from Thanksgiving. And these are olives that have been oil cured. And these oil cured olives are a little drier and more intensely flavored, so I like to mix them up. I have 6 cloves of garlic, and that does seem like a lot, but you'll see why. This turns into a lot of food. I have 15 ounces of chickpeas. You can also use cannellini, those are delicious. 15 ounces of crushed tomato. And this is exciting. I have, if you'll remember, we did a turkey stock. So these are the little ice cubes that I made. These are 4 ounces each. So I made ice cubes out of the turkey stock, and here they are. I have 1 cup, and then this is also 1/2 cup. This has thawed, and you can see it's like Jell-O. Can you see that? It's just so perfectly gelled. So that means there's a lot of flavor in there. If you're using store-bought stock, that's fine, but what you want to do is get the low sodium. And again, you just pull the kale off. The leaves come right off of the stem, and then I just tear as I go. Now, if you don't like kale, if people in your family don't like kale, a good substitution is a Tuscan kale, or sometimes it's called black kale. It's not as tough of a leaf as this, and I think it's milder flavored as well, so that's a good substitute. But you know, another one, if you have family who likes spinach, you can use spinach in this, but if you want to turn things around a little, change them up from spinach, if you like spinach, I would imagine that you would like Swiss chard, and that would be excellent in here. So there are your options. You can also use collards, turnip greens, any other winter green that you can think of. So let's get started. I have a 12-inch pan. I'm just putting in some olive oil, along with the bacon, and the onions. While that's sizzling away, let me show you what to do with these olives. Oh, I have the grater out because at the very end, what we're going to do is put some either Parmesan cheese over this or Reggiano cheese, whichever you'd like. So here's the olive. All I do is I just kind of smash them a little bit. Doesn't take much effort, and then these pits come right out. And I guess I could give that a chop, huh? But the other way to go, if you don't want to mix olives, is you can just use any black olive that you like would be fine. Kalamata is a great olive for this. So now these are the 6 cloves of garlic. These were smallish cloves. If they were any bigger, I think I would have gone with maybe 4. I have this on a medium heat right now, and all that I'm going to do add my garlic. And as soon as that garlic begins to get a little soft and fragrant, that's when we start putting in the kale and the tomatoes and the chicken stock. Well, this is nicely browned, and at this point, I'm going to add part of the kale. Now, this is a lot of kale going into this pan, so what I do is I'll put a handful in, just like that. And when that wilts down a little bit, then I'll add the rest. There go the tomatoes. And the chicken stock. This smells so good. It was frozen and I just put it in the microwave to melt, but it smells so good. If you haven't done the chicken stock recipe or the turkey stock, you really need to take a look at that, because you know, the store-bought stuff is not bad, but this is just a better life. Just having this stuff is so good. Just the aroma in here already. So now you can see this has already gone down somewhat in that short amount of time. We like a little red pepper, so I'm going to put a little crushed red in there. And the rest of the kale. There's a little water. There was just residual water. You don't need to add any water to this. This will be very soupy. At the very end, I'm going to put all of this, that was salt and pepper, putting all of this into the pasta pot. As you can see, this is very full, and that's okay. This is on a medium heat. I'm going to turn it down to low and just let this simmer. This will take about 15 to 20 minutes depending on how al dente or how well done you like your kale. At the very end, all that we do is heat the garbanzo beans and the olives into the kale mixture and toss that with your pasta. I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. Well, we're back, and here's what's been happening. I had a pot of boiling salted water ready for the pasta. I dropped the pasta. The box says, and this is a multigrain pasta, the box says that it will be perfectly al dente in 10 minutes. So I had my timer going. I'm taking it off at 7 minutes, and you'll see why in just a moment. First thing I'm going to do is get a cup and a half of the starchy water, just in case I need some extra water. You never know. So I took my starchy water. Now I'm just going to drain the pasta. Now we have this empty pan, and this is the vegetable. So what I'm going to do is put my pasta into the now empty bowl, or empty pot I should say, along with all of these vegetables, and that's where it's going to finish cooking. I'm just getting every last little bit. And of course, what was in front of me? The tiniest spatula I own. That's how it goes. Anyway, these vegetables were very soupy. And you'll see there's some water at the bottom of this. That was all at the bottom of the vegetables. So at this point, this is where you add your beans and your olives. This gets mixed up, and in a couple of minutes, when the pasta is completely cooked, that will be dinner, and it's just served with a little sprinkling of Parmesan on top, some red pepper if you like that, and I'll come back when that's ready. Let me just taste some of this for you. And by the way, this is so flavorful on its own because of the vegetable juices that are exuded. So you really don't even need to put meat in here. I did it because most people I think would, but so I went whole hog because I used bacon, so whole. Okay, anyway, I hear the groans. I'm going to put a little parm on here and a little extra virgin olive oil. I cook with one quality and then the extra virgin goes on at the end to finish the dish. And I'm just going to take a little taste. Let me get a little chickpea and some kale. And the way that you eat pasta, these strands have been kept whole. You shouldn't break it. And you just take a few strands, put them on the side of your plate and twirl. And then you have a nice little mouthful. That is really good. It's earthy, it's hearty. It's really a perfect winter pasta dish. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to hear from you. Bye guys.